It's the race of all races. It was special before I was in this world.
25 laps in IndyCar race, it's a big chess game.
It's the only place that 450, 500,000 people are in one place at one time.
The biggest motor racing event in the world.
Everything that goes on with Indy is so dramatic.
It's an assault on your senses, really. It's an adrenaline rush for every person in the grandstand.
I'd like to be remembered as an Indy 500 winner. I don't care where you're from, the Indy 500 is very special.
That victory is all important and kind of sets you up for life.
Any lap on the track, to me, is filled with emotion.
I want to drink the milk bad. I drink a lot of milk as it is, so I'm all prepped up for it. I'm ready to go.
Race day at Indianapolis has no equal. When the Speedway gates opened at 5 a.m., the first of over 300,000 spectators filed in, witnesses to the world's largest single-day sporting event. Race day featured many familiar faces. The Speedway rolled out the red carpet for celebrities from sport, stage, and screen. Several stars on hand for the very first time.
As soon as we got into town, we walk off the plane, and you could feel the energy.
Last year, I was out here running cables, doing the camera work, being the utility for ABC. This year, I'm waving the flag, I'm enjoying myself, I'm having the VIP treatment.
This is too exciting to put it in words, just a couple of words. Can't do it. It's just a very, very exciting thing. If you've ever been here and they say, gentlemen, start your engines, and you don't get chilled, there's something wrong with it.
It's one of those things where, even though I wasn't as aware of the whole thing, you know, now that I'm here, I will be hooked for life, I feel like.
Hometown boy David Letterman's interest was more business than pleasure, as co-owner of 3 entries in this year's race.
Anybody who grows up here, it becomes part of you, and as a kid, my family would bring me out, and something about the springtime, and finally the weather is nice, and you can go outside, and for the month of May, the world comes to Indianapolis, and it just becomes very tightly interwoven with your experience of living here, and to be able to come back and see the race, to be able to come back to the city, but be able to come back with your car on the pole is nuts. It's just crazy.
Morgan Freeman had the lead role in the May Classic, but leading 33 cars to the green at top speed would be unlike any role Freeman ever played in Hollywood.
I'm very excited. This is very new to me. Very, you know, this is the first time I was ever at a race. It's the first time I get to hear all of the noise, all of the sound. I'm like a kid.
Mother Nature was also on hand for the race. Early morning showers delayed the start and forced teams back to the garages, adding to the anticipation. When a window of opportunity arrived around noon, the daunting task of drying the track began. Drivers and crews hustled to the grid for the opening ceremonies. The final minutes before the green flag are both precious and thrilling.
O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Plan S is we're going to use the stick, because what we're going to do here, if we can, depending on just exactly where we're coming in a big line, we can do it, you know, we'll short filter by, you know, a second, might get us out and hit a couple of these guys.
Back home again in Indiana, and it seems that I can see the gleaming candlelight.
Drivers, to your cars.
And in this sea of thousands, 33 racers search for just one moment alone to focus and visualize the journey ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
A legacy unlike any other. The ultimate sports moment.
Morgan Freeman has brought the pace car off the track, and Buddy Rice will pull to the front. The green flag waves, and we're underway. Buddy Rice will lead the Indianapolis 500-mile race into turn number
1. Rice used the pole position to his advantage and opened up the lead by 20 car lengths.
Trouble and a yellow. Car number 14, A.J. Foyt, the fourth.
Just brushed the wall coming out of turn 4 and thought everything was okay, and went in turn 1 and found out it wasn't. Just really disappointed myself, and feel sorry for the Conseco and the whole Conseco team. They worked hard all month to go out this early, way too early.
The first caution of the day created a frenzy in the pits. A well-executed stop by Weldon's crew sent him out first. Alex Barron started 24th, and by not pitting, inherited the lead.
Green flag is out as we are back to racing, so it will be Barron, HERTA, Weldon, it will be HERTA going to the outside. Dan Weldon in a fight for the lead with his teammate Bryan HERTA. And they run nose to tail in the midway point of the back straightaway. Dan Weldon taking a peek down low. He'll pull alongside Bryan HERTA. He'll make the pass at the entrance to turn number 3.
Weldon soared past his teammate to take the lead on lap 19.
Dan Weldon has the lead, his left wheel's in a white line as he goes through 2, but look out, he's got company in his rearview mirror. Here comes two-time winner Elio Castroneves.
A yellow flag. Moisture on the race course.
Rain once again sent the crowd and cars looking for cover. It was a few laps under caution, and then the race was stopped after only 28 laps. The weather forced Robbie Gordon out of his car for good. His NASCAR commitment would keep him from completing the daily double.
I don't know if this is it for today or what, but go somewhere and relax.
The Speedway was blanketed in uncertainty as drivers and fans wondered when the race would continue. "90 minutes after rain interrupted the race, the track was ready to go green once again. Jacques Lazier stepped into the cockpit for Robbie Gordon. It was the first time in 27 years the 500 featured a relief driver.
Ladies and gentlemen, restart your engines.
And we're racing once again. Buddy Rice will nearly scrape the wall on the inside. Jerry Bakers, they go 3 wide for second.
Unbelievable move by the pole sitter, Buddy Rice. He picked up 3 spots. He's running second, but up front gets Dan Weldon in turn 2.
Using every piece of Speedway real estate, Rice squeezed his G-Force Honda into second place and began to hunt down the leader, Dan Weldon.
Less than 2 car lengths behind the leader, Dan Weldon. It looks like Jerry Baker, he's going to set him up in wide.
He puts his wheels to the inside, side by side, and he's got the move made. Buddy Rice, your new leader in the Indianapolis 500.
15 laps after Rice resumed his role as race leader, slower cars allowed Team Penske to catch up.
Trying to get through some lap traffic. Look to the inside. Sam Hornish Jr.'s looking to the inside. Trying to get around, and he makes the move. Sam Hornish Jr. takes over the top spot. We have a new race leader.
For the first time in his career, Sam Hornish Jr. led the Indy 500. The traffic jam also allowed others to improve their position.
Look at this move. Vitor Mira almost went down in the grass as he was trying to get around traffic. Mira trying to make a move. And there's a car against the wall. Larry Foyt in car number 41. The Foyt stable is having tough luck today.
Nice to meet you. On your marks. Nice to meet you. Ready, set, go. And lane speed limiter off. Clear, clear, clear. Go.
The close calls carried over into pit lane as drivers tried to turn split-second stops into big games on the track. The Rahal Letterman crew sent Rice out first. Car 15 was flawless for the next 35 laps.
We have got Martin Taylor into the wall along with one of the Cheever Racing cars. Scott Sharp and several other cars try to get through that mess, debris all over turn 3. It's Cheever and one of the Red Bull racing cars.
We both had the line on Mark, and he didn't respect that, and I pushed up because Alex was right in front of me, and there wasn't any space between me and Mark, and we touched, and that's what happens.
The restart signaled some spectacular racing. Cars spread 5 wide on the straightaway.
You've got about 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 cars all contending for the lead, all together in a pack. That's a big mass of cars, and remember, they're all contenders for the lead.
Lap 95 brought Weldon and Kanaan into the pits for service. Rice stayed out with Hornish hot on his heels.
The 98 car of P.J. Jones made contact with the outside wall, so the day comes to a close for P.J. Jones in that Curb Records car.
Bad luck for Jones. Perfect timing for Weldon and Kanaan. The duo ducked out of the pits early enough to avoid the mad dash.
The leader has stalled. Buddy Rice has stalled, trying to leave the pit exit. They'll get him fired and underway, but cars streaming by. A bad break for the early leader.
That's this car out here. We'll get sorted here. We still got a long ways to go.
Mistake by Rice and Hornish put them further behind the new race leader.
Dan Weldon is your leader. He'll bring them off of turn number 4, down the front straight across the yard of bricks. Tony Kanaan in tow, and it's going to be the teammates from Andretti Green going side by side.
Kanaan shoots the lead. He's got a 7-car length advantage over his teammate.
Tony Kanaan set up for turn number 1. Looked like he was shot out of a cannon.
It's an Andretti Green 1, 2, 3.
And we got a problem. A problem on pit road. 3 cars are together. Sam Hornish Jr. is one of them. It looks like one of the target cars as well.
3 cars went spinning and then hit the barrier on the inside of the track, and then they were spinning down the pit row.
The strange incident sent debris flying across the pits. Hornish, Greg Ray, and rookie Darren Manning were all victims of the mess.
I don't know what Greg was thinking really, but because I was totally alongside him and actually trying to pass out little Al at the same time, so got just a good run. I don't know if he spotted, didn't call it, or what, or he just didn't see me.
Kind of a victim there, so when you get to the back of the field, that's what happens.
We just have taken a look at the radar, and we have definitely got a storm with a lot of rain in it closing on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Green flag is out. Tony Kanaan will lead his teammate Weldon across the line. They go side by side to turn number 1. Weldon has the edge.
Any teammate ties were severed once the green flag fell. The battle from within began.
Tony Kanaan will go to the inside of Weldon as they go across the yard of bricks. Banks, he's trying to set him up in 1.
Not only set him up, he got him like Tony Kanaan. We take the lead.
We got a problem in turn 4.
And it's rookie Marty Roth. He was out of the groove, and he hit the wall.
Marty Roth's meeting with the turn 4 wall brought out the day's 7th caution.
It looks like Helio Castroneves has overshot his pit stall. Let's go to Kevin Lee.
He missed it. They had to back him up. Now they've got it back in. They've got all 4 tires off. Actually, 3 of the 4 are back on. The 4th goes on. They've got it fueled. It's still on the jacks. It is still having some difficulty, and they have now dropped it in a pit stop of 28 seconds. Very costly for Castroneves.
The error would keep Team Penske from a 4th straight Indy win, while Weldon edged Kanaan out of the pit. Bruno Junqueira stayed out, hoping the rain would end the race sooner rather than later.
Tony Kanaan will go 3 wide as he makes the move inside of his teammate Dan Weldon in 1.
And they may have come very close to touching.
Now, the real race developed behind the lead.
They are 4 wide as they exit 3. Junqueira with Kanaan, as we are seeing some unbelievable racing.
A hungry pack of cars fought for position and started their assault on the lead.
Kanaan runs in 2nd, then it's Dan Weldon 3rd, BRYAN HERTA 4th.
Holy cow, we got ourselves a race here, boys. Buddy Rice starting to get racy. We've got ourselves a barn burner at the 88th Indianapolis 500. We are seeing an exhibition that we have not seen the likes of this in many, many years.
With no time to wait and rain on the way, Rice began his charge to the front.
The fastest guy on the track right now, it appears, Mark James, is Buddy Rice.
Right to the inside of Dan Weldon. He picks up the 3rd spot. The pole sitter now running in the top 3, and he sets his sights on Tony Kanaan for 2nd.
It's Buddy Rice, the pole sitter, starting to reel in Tony Kanaan now. He's within 6 car lengths. Bruno Junqueira has pulled off the racetrack.
When Junqueira had to stop for fuel, the battle for second became a battle for the lead.
We're also watching Buddy Rice take care of Tony Kanaan in 1.
Buddy Rice picking them off one by one, and now he's starting to put distance between himself and second place Tony Kanaan. 12 laps ago, Buddy Rice was in 5th place. Now he's in first, the Rahal Letterman machine by 15 car lengths.
We continue to watch the radar, and there's no doubt about it. There's a system moving this way.
As sprinkles slowly fell on the track, the crews readied for their final pit stop. But Rice gambled against Mother Nature on lap 167.
Buddy Rice is in his pit stall.
Taking on tires and fuel, guys. The car is in good shape. A 9-second stop for Buddy Rice.
A flawless stop kept him in contention, and when the other contenders cycled through the pits, Rice found himself back in front.
Then we have got rain in the Indianapolis Motor Speedway area.
Moisture, moisture, a yellow.
Okay, guys, but we'll keep our focus here. We're getting pretty excited. Hopefully you're not, but we're just, we'll ride this rain out, see what happens.
Yeah, 10-4.
Call it luck or perfect strategy, but when the yellow came out, Rice didn't mind one bit. Just 65 miles from completion, rain forced an early end of the 500-mile race.
An American driver has started on pole, and an American driver has won the Indianapolis 500-mile race.
Job for the month, guys. Way to go. Thank you very much. You guys deserve it. All the hard work you did.
Hey, Buddy Rice, you just won the Indy 500.
The rain couldn't dampen the spirits of Rice and the Rahal Letterman team. They had won the greatest spectacle in racing.
To be in the company of the guy I'm filling in for and my boss is totally cool, and they both won it on, big circumstances as well. It wasn't given to them, and they earned it hard, so it makes it very satisfying to beat the guys I had to beat today that are so strong and I have a lot of respect for, so this is great. It's pretty cool. It's the biggest way to go, and you're not going to be able to top this.
We stalled it in the pits, and there was no strategy falling that far back. We don't want to be that far back. We wanted to be up front. We drove past everybody.
Rahal returned to victory lane for the first time since he won as a driver in 1986. Now an owner, Rahal could celebrate the victory with partner David Letterman.
From the beginning, the first start and the restarts, and he fell back and kept working his way and working his way. You couldn't give up on him. He never gave up on him. And I don't think the rain is, the rain means we go home a little early, but it didn't determine the outcome of this race.
In addition to Rice's amazing run, teammates Vitor Mira and Roger Yasukawa finished 6th and 10th respectively, capping an incredible race for the Rahal Letterman team. While Rice found shelter in a makeshift victory lane, a hard rain fell on Andretti Green Racing.
He deserved it. I drove my best. The whole team 7-11 did a great job, and like I said, you can work as hard as you can, but if it's not your day, it's not your day, and today wasn't our day.
I think that for Andretti Green Racing to have 3 in the top 4 is very commendable, but that we worked so hard for this as a team to try and win this race. It wasn't our day. I think Buddy Rice did a very, very good job.
Teammate BRYAN HERTA jumped from 23rd to 4th, his best Indy finish.
The month I had, this feels like a win. I've into the wall hard twice and just various little problems, and then here in the race it all came right, and we got a nice result. And would have liked to win, but like I said, this is Indy, and coming from where we started, it's a great day, a great effort for Andretti Green Racing.
$1,761,740 for being the winner of the 500-mile race.
In the days and weeks that followed the 500, Rice's life was a whirlwind of television appearances and special events, highlighted by a trip to the White House. For Buddy Rice and Rahal Letterman Racing, a month of heart, hope, and sacrifice culminated with racing's highest honor, champion of the Indianapolis 500.